Hello and welcome. Tanner Pierce here with you. I will be your tour guide between today's game, but between the Seattle Cheney Studs and the Northwest Honkers. A big day today as we have our first game with a camera, so we've got live video along with live voiceover today. On the mound today for the Studs, number 8, Mitch Vito. So Mitch Vito coming out so far. Mitch Vito throwing well on the year so far, 3-0 in 16 innings with 23 strikeouts, only 6 walks, and a .56 ERA. So Mitch Vito just pitching phenomenal so far for the Studs with a 3-0 record. So far, David Benson, Jeff Brown, Mitch Vito, and Alex Spauman, all pitchers for the Studs, all have at least a 1.00 or less ERA on the year. So Studs pitching helping them this year. That pitching coming through well. And that pitching doing what is needed. First pitch in there, 4-1, good pitch by Mitch Vito. Rounding out the field for the Studs, behind the dish, John Berghardt, number 16. At first, Brennan Hancock. At second, Cody Banks. At third, Kyle Bowe. Shortstop, Matt Zoba. Left fielder, Jacob Hirsch. Center fielder, Connor Savage. And the right fielder, Henry Cheney. So that'll be the field for the Studs. And batting first for the Honkers tonight, the left fielder, number 17, Paul Bernarski. And following him is going to be the right fielder, John Wuthrick. Center fielder, Casey Bailey. First baseman, Cameron Padron. Shortstop, Chase Huff. Third baseman, Wesley Folson. Catcher, Zach Zerbrug. DH, Chaz Lopez. Second baseman, Jordan Padilla. And the pitcher, Tanner Braun, on the mound for them. So the Studs playing phenomenal so far this year. Only lost 2 games so far on the year. They are 6-1 in league play. And next pitch outside, 4-2. We've got a 2-2 count here on Paul Bernarski. So the Studs 6-1 in conference, 15-2 in league play, and following them in league, Studs the number 1 team in league at the moment. Behind them is the Everett Merchants with a 9-3 record, and the Studs once again only with 1 loss, and that 1 loss coming from the Everett Merchants in their first league game, but then Studs came back, battled back to win the second game. We've got a 3-2 count here on Paul Bernarski. And next pitch on its way from Vito. Bernarski hits that going to Brennan Hancock. At first, he's going to do a little hop, make the grab for the first out of this inning. We've got 1 out. So batting next, the right fielder, number 32, John Wuthrick. John Wuthrick coming up with nobody on and 1 out here.
John Wuthrick.
So Wuthrick batting .293 on the year so far. He's looking to bring that average up this first at bat, but Vito throws the first one, a fastball down the plate, and Wuthrick way behind that one, 4-1. Wuthrick so far on the year, 12 for 41 with 1 home run, 9 RBIs. Next pitch on its way from Mitch Vito, and Wuthrick way behind that one again, 4-2. We've got an 0-2 count on him. He's down here early. And next pitch on its way. That one way inside, 4-1. We've got a 1-2 count here on John Wuthrick. So Mitch Vito on the mound for the Studs, the graduate out of College of Idaho. 6'4", 205-pounder, right-handed pitcher. So he is one of the many older guys on this Studs team. Vito, actually not that old, just graduated last year, 24-year-old out of the College of Idaho, but is one of the many graduates on this Studs roster. Next, and Vito got him there. 4-3, gets his first strikeout of the night, and second out of this inning. That'll bring up Casey Bailey for the Honkers.
Number 12, Casey Bailey.
So Casey Bailey, the outfielder out of Lewis and Clark State. He is from Tacoma, Washington, so just right around here where we are right now at UPS, home of the Loggers, the Puget Sound Loggers here at UPS not in the summer, but during the summer. This is the Studs home field. And the 0-1 pitch on its way from Mitch Vito. That one swung on and missed. 4 strike 2. We've got an 0-2 count. And next pitch on its way from Mitch Vito down low in the dirt. 4-1. So Bailey batting .357 on the year, so a great batting average, although only 14 at bats. So he's 5 for 14 on the season. Next pitch on its way, swung on and missed. Mitch Vito gets 2 strikeouts this inning, and goes 1, 2, 3 there in the first. We head to the middle, we head to the bottom of the first here shortly. Studs coming out looking to put themselves on the board here early in the first. They could use it. We'll be back here shortly. So Tanner Braun, who is on the mound for the Honkers here today in this single 9-inning game. Tanner Braun, the right-handed pitcher out of Central Washington University, originally from Snohomish, Washington. So Braun coming out looking to deal for the Honkers. The Honkers 4-7 on the year and 4-7 in league play, 5-13 on the year. So they are struggling a little bit this year.
Coming to the plate, number 5, Connor Savage.
Leading off for the Studs is going to be the center fielder Connor Savage. Connor Savage, the graduate out of out of University of Puget Sound, so familiar in that left-handed batter's box right there. Played his time in college all 4 years here at the University of Puget Sound. And next pitch on its way. That one down low, 4-1. So Connor Savage batting .371 on the season, 13 for 35 with 5 RBIs. Next pitch fouls that down the first baseline. We've got a 1-1 count. Tanner Braun has a 10.13 ERA for the Honkers. So a tough ERA for him. Next pitch, Connor's going to hit that. Good play, diving over by the second baseman, who's going to get up and throw it over to first for a 4-3 ground out for the first out of this inning. Good play there by the second baseman for the Honkers. That'll bring up Kyle Bowe, the third baseman. Kyle Bowe making some phenomenal plays there at third this year. Kyle Bowe, the graduate out of Western Oregon University, originally from Burlington, Washington. He's a firefighter on is his usual occupation, but during his free time likes to come play baseball for the Studs. Kyle Bowe, one of the older guys on this team, a 31-year-old. So one of the few guys in their 30s on the Studs roster. Next pitch, Kyle Bowe hits that into the net along the first baseline. Kyle Bowe so far on the season batting 8 for 37, a 2.16 ERA with 6 RBIs. Next pitch on its way, down low in the dirt. And the 1-2 pitch on its way. Bowe's going to hit that, and that is a great catch there. So that one looks like it was going to be a single for Kyle Bowe, but the right fielder playing a little shallow. He's there to make a good diving catch for the second out of this inning. So some good defense so far by the Honkers is keeping guys off the base paths for the Studs. That'll bring up the first baseman, number 23, Brennan Hancock.
To the plate, number 23, Brennan Hancock.
So Brennan Hancock, big kid for the Studs. Hancock, the sophomore out of Bellevue Community College, he hits that over to the second baseman, who's playing on a little shift there. So he's playing real close to first, so that ball's going to be right to him. And that's going to be a 1-2-3 inning as well for the Honkers. So we got nobody on there for either teams here in the first. We head to the second here shortly. So the Studs had a 2-game series with the Highline Bears back on Wednesday and Thursday night. Won both games, but on Thursday won big 11-0 with 20 hits. Matt Zoba had a 2-run home run. Jeff Brown only gave up 4 hits in his 7 innings, and Jeff Brown had 14 strikeouts that game. So a phenomenal outing by Jeff Brown, phenomenal outing on the offensive side for the Studs with 20 hits that game. So a great game for them back on Thursday night against the Highline Bears. Leading off here is going to be number 19, the first baseman, Cameron Padron. So Padron, the first baseman out of Western Oregon University from Duvall, Washington. And he bats lefty, throws both righty and lefty, so an ambidextrous arm for him. He fouled the first pitch, so we've got a 0-1 count. Next pitch on its way. That one's going to be fouled back as well. 0-2 count here. And Mitch Vito doing a good job here tonight, getting guys down early in the count. Several of these first few batters have gotten down 0-2, 1-2. Tough to come back and get on base after you get down like that early. Next pitch on its way from Mitch Vito. That one's inside. That's going to hit. So that one is going to hit Cameron Padron and put him on first. We've got a runner on first with nobody out. That'll bring up the shortstop, Chase Huff. So Chase Huff stepping in. Chase Huff, the shortstop out of Eastern Illinois University, originally from Taylorsville, Utah. So a long way away from his hometown here in Tacoma, Washington. First pitch was in there for strike one. Good pitch by Mitch Vito. We've got a runner at first, nobody out, and a 0-1 count here on Chase Huff. And swing and a miss there for strike two, an 0-2 count. Once again, down early. Vito looking to get him. And Bernarski's going to pop that over to the second baseman, who's going to make the grab for the first out of this inning. So a pop up to the second baseman. Cody Banks is going to put one out. So South Mountain Community College, if you guys were wondering, based out of Phoenix, Arizona, where Paul Bernarski is from. So he also stayed in his home state, playing community college ball there. John Wuthrick stepping into the box for the Studs now. Excuse me, not the Studs. What am I thinking? John Wuthrick stepping in for the Honkers. He swings on the first pitch behind it. 4 strike one, a 0-1 count on him. Wuthrick, his first at-bat, struck out swinging for the second out of the first inning. And he fouls this one back into the net. He's down 0-2. Looking to protect with 2 strikes on him, but Mitch Vito looking to get another out this inning for the Studs. And the 0-2 pitch on its way. That one hit going into center field. Connor Savage taking a few steps back, running back. He's going to be under it to make the grab for the second out of this inning. So Connor Savage, routine line drive for him to make the grab for the second out of this inning. We've got 2 out, nobody on, and the center fielder, Casey Bailey, stepping in now. Casey Bailey back in the first. Struck out swinging for the third out of that inning, so he's looking to battle back. And next pitch on its way from Mitch Vito. He's going to hit that to Brennan Hancock at first. A hard hit ground ball. That's going to be a base hit for him. So Bailey turns on that one hard. Brennan Hancock it was hit so hard, couldn't make a play on it. And that one went down. So a double there for Casey Bailey is going to put a runner on second. 2 outs. And Mitch Vito does give up his first hit of the night there in the top of the fourth. Cameron Padron, the first baseman, stepping in now with a runner in scoring position for the Honkers. Padron hit by pitch his first at-bat. First pitch in there, 4 strike one, 0-1 count on him. That one down low, 4-1. We've got a 1-1 count on Cameron Padron. So the 1-1 count on Padron. Next pitch on its way from Mitch Vito. And that's going to be hit into center field. Connor Savage charging. They're going to send him home. It's going to be a close play at the plate, but the runner is going to come in from second. So a base hit there into center field by Cameron Padron is going to tie this one up at ones. We've got a 1-1 ball game here in the top of the fourth. So a big play there.
Now batting number 10, Chase Huff.
So Chase Huff, the shortstop, stepping in now with a runner on first, 2 outs. And next pitch on its way from Mitch Vito. Down low and outside, 4-1. We've got a 1-0 count. And the 1-0 pitch on its way. Down low and inside. 4-2, a 2-0 count. Mitch Vito looking to find it and get out of this inning with no more damage done, which could be helpful. And next pitch from Mitch Vito. Called strike one there, so a 2-1 count. With a runner on first, 2 outs. Mitch Vito looking to get out of this one. No more damage done. Chase Huff, the shortstop for the Honkers. And Huff, back in the second inning, struck out swinging for the first out of that inning. Outside for ball 3. A 3-1 count here. Mitch Vito struggling to find the zone. And 3-1 pitch on its way. Fouled back into the netting. A 3-2 count now. So a full count for Chase Huff at the plate. Runner on first, 2 outs. Mitch Vito looking to get out of this one with no more damage done. And he's just 1 pitch away from that. He's looking to get Chase Huff here. Next pitch. That's going to be hit into left center, but the left fielder, Jacob Hirsch, is going to run over, make the grab for the 3rd out of this inning. So the Honkers do tie it up at 1s here in the top of the 4th. Studs coming out in the bottom of the 4th, looking to regain their lead. We'll see if they can do that. We'll be back shortly. So due up for the Studs here in the bottom of the 4th. Matt Zoba followed by John Berghardt and Henry Cheney. Matt Zoba looking to get things going. First pitch on its way outside for ball 1. Matt Zoba playing shortstop today for the Studs. Next pitch. Called for strike 1. We've got a 1-1 count on him. Zoba back in the 2nd inning. Had a put out for the first out of that inning. So a 2-1 count here on Matt Zoba. And next pitch on its way. Swung on and missed for strike 2. Count goes to 2-2. We've got deuces for Matt Zoba here in the bottom of the 4th. And next one on its way. Way up high. That one looked like Tanner Braun just lost control of that. So count moves to full. We've got a 3-2 count on Matt Zoba, the leadoff man for the Studs here. He's looking to get aboard. Next pitch on its way. Holds on. Leadoff walk for Matt Zoba. Is going to bring up John Berghardt with a runner on first. Nobody out. John Berghardt, the catcher out of Tacoma Community College.
Now batting number 16, John.
Originally from Gig Harbor, Washington, which also just about 15 minutes west of here, northwest of here. Just go over the Narrows Bridge, and about 10 more minutes you're in Gig Harbor. So John Burghardt back in the second inning. Had a 4-3 putout, so a ground out to the second baseman for the second out of that inning. So Burghardt looking to battle back and do something for the Studs here with a runner on first. Nobody out. He's got a 0-1 count on him. Burghardt batting 6 for 20 on the season, so a 300 batting average. 3 RBIs for him. And the 0-1 pitch on its way from Tanner Braun. Down low in the dirt for ball 1. We've got a 1-1 count. And the 1-1 pitch on its way. Burghardt's going to hit that foul along the first baseline. Count goes to 1-2 with a runner on first. Burghardt looking to protect with 2 strikes on him. So Tanner Braun throwing pretty well for the Honkers so far today. Through 3 innings of work, he's allowed 3 hits, 1 run. That run being earned, 2 walks and 1 strikeout. And Burghardt's going to hit that. That's going to drop right in front of the center fielder. Matt Zoba's going to third, and he's going to slide in. So after that play, an interesting play. So John Burghardt hits it into center. It's going to drop in front of the center fielder. Matt Zoba running from first goes to third. He slides in. The throw from the center fielder bounces. Third baseman can't field it. It goes into the Studs dugout. So since the ball went out of play, John Burghardt's going to come in from third. Studs take the 2-1 lead here in the bottom of the 4th. So they get 1 more back on the board. So the single by John Burghardt. He did advance to second, though. So we've got a runner on second. Nobody out for the Studs. Next pitch on its way, right down the middle. Henry Cheney watches it go by for strike 1. Henry Cheney back into his first at bat. Reached on a walk for the Studs. And next pitch called ball 1 right there. We've got a 1-1 count on Henry Cheney. And the 1-1 pitch on its way. Henry Cheney swinging at that one down low and away from him as he's pretty far off the plate here in the batter's box. So a 1-2 count on Henry Cheney. Runner on second, nobody out. Cheney looking to deliver with a guy in scoring position for the Studs. And next pitch on its way from Tanner Braun. Curveball, but up high. 4-2. We've got deuces for Henry Cheney. Henry Cheney batting 136 on the season, so looking to raise that batting average. But does have 7 RBIs. He fouls that one into the netting there along the first baseline. Count remains 2-2 for Henry Cheney. He's looking to battle for the Studs here. And the 2-2 pitch on its way from Tanner Braun. Henry Cheney is going to hit that over to the shortstop, who's going to run over and make a play. A long throw. Henry Cheney is going to beat it out at first. So after Henry Cheney hits that one into the 5-6 gap there, shortstop had to make a long run over, then had to make a long throw while his momentum was going the opposite direction. Henry Cheney beats it out. We've got runners on first and second. And that'll bring up the second baseman, the left fielder, number 4, Jacob Hirsch. So Jacob Hirsch now an opportunity with 2 guys on. Nobody out for the Studs here in the bottom of the 4th. This shaping up to be a big inning. He's going to show bunt, and that's going to drop foul. That one could have been dangerous as it did hang up there in the air for a while, but the third baseman couldn't make a play on it. We've got an 0-1 count on Jacob Hirsch. Jacob Hirsch 1 for 1 on the day, 10 for 37 on the season, 7 RBIs for him. And he's going to put that one down. A beautiful bunt by Jacob Hirsch is going to stop there in front of the third baseman who was just couldn't make a play on it. So beautiful bunt by Jacob Hirsch is going to load the bases with nobody out and bring up the second baseman, number 14, Cody Banks. So Cody Banks, a huge opportunity for the Studs here.
How about number 14, Cody Banks?
Cody Banks back in the 3rd inning. Let's see. Excuse me, back in the 2nd. Cody Banks flew out to left field for the 3rd out of that inning. He's looking to do something a little different here with the bases loaded, nobody out. First pitch curveball. He watches that go by. 4 strike 1. And the 0-1 pitch on its way to Cody Banks from Tanner Braun. Curveball again in there. 4 strike 2, an 0-2 count. So Braun jamming the inside edge of the box there on Cody Banks. Good approach here with the bases loaded, not wanting to let up anything big. And Banks is going to pop that over the netting there along the third baseline. Count's going to remain 0-2. We've got an 0-2 count on Cody Banks. Bases loaded, nobody out. And that one outside and down low for ball 1. A 1-2 count here on Cody Banks. And the next pitch on its way, curveball. Cody Banks is going to hit that to the third baseman, who's going to field it, throw it to, so they're going to get the force at home. So Cody Banks hits a chopper right to the third baseman, who's going to field it, throw it to home, and the catcher is going to tag home plate for the force at home. We've got 1 out, but the bases remain loaded. And the Studs back to the top of their lineup. Connor Savage. Big opportunity for the Studs. Connor Savage, 0 for 2 on the night. His first at-bat was a ground out to the second baseman. And his second at-bat was a ground out to the shortstop. So Connor Savage, ground out to the middle infield both times so far this game. Looking to do something a little different here with a 1-0 count on him. 1 out, bases loaded. Big opportunity for the Studs. Next pitch, he's going to hit that going into right field. That's going back, and that's going to drop. It's going to bounce once, hit the fence, and bring in 2 for the Studs. Excuse me, bring in 1 for the Studs. So a close play there at the plate. So Connor Savage, a great hit into right field. That brings in at least 1 for the Studs. A close play for the second one there, but they say they got the tag down. So we've got 2 outs. Studs do take the 3-1 lead, though. So Studs, the 3-1 lead here in the bottom of the 4th. First pitch to Kyle Bowe. Curveball in there, 4 strike 1. We've got runners on second and third. So a big hit by Connor Savage, who advanced to second there. He hit that one just kept carrying to right field. The right fielder was playing pretty shallow, so couldn't get a glove on it to make the grab. It dropped over his head, dropped on the warning track. But they did do a good job getting it in, only allowing 1 run to get put up on the board for the Studs. Kyle Bowe with the 0-2 count on him. 2 outs, runners on second and third. Tanner Braun looking to get out of this one with no more damage done. And next pitch, outside, that's going to drop, but the catcher does keep it in front of him. So the count goes to 1-2 here on Kyle Bowe, the third baseman. Kyle Bowe, big opportunity for the Studs. Kyle Bowe back in the first inning, flew out to right field, and in the third inning, a single to center field that actually brought in a run. And he's going to hit that right back to the first baseman, who's going to field it and throw it to the first for the third out of this inning. So a 1-3 ground out for Kyle Bowe is going to end this one, but the Studs, big inning, they put up 2. They have the 3-1 lead heading to the top of the 5th. We'll be back shortly. Due up for the Honkers here in the top of the 5th is going to be Wesley Folson, followed by Zach Zerbrug and Chaz Lopez. Wesley Folson, the big third baseman for the Honkers. Folson, his first at-bat back in the second inning. He hit into a 5-4-3 double play that ended that inning. So Folson, his second at-bat here. First pitch got by the catcher, John Burghardt, and went back into the wall behind home plate. 4-1, we've got a 1-0 count. Next pitch on its way from Mitch Vito. That one in there for strike one, a 1-1 count. So Mitch Vito, through 4 innings of work, he's allowed only 2 hits, 1 run, and 5 strikeouts. Faced only 2 more than the minimum. Two-one count after that one was called inside. Wesley Folson batting 12 for 42 on the season. And that's going to be a broken bat. Matt Zoba's going to field it at short, though, throw it over to first. So the bat went about as far as the ball did. So Matt Zoba having to jump over the bat to throw it over to first. But Folson is going to have a 6-3 ground out. So that will be a broken bat. Folson's going to need a new one.
Now coming to the plate, number 21, Zach Zerbrug.
That'll bring up the catcher, number 21, Zach Zerbrug. Zerbrug coming in back in the third inning. His first at-bat, he struck out for the first out of that inning. So he's looking to continue. First strike right there. He was way in front of that one from Mitch Vito. And the 0-1 pitch on its way from Mitch Vito. outside. 4-ball, 1-1-1 count here on Zach Zerbrug. Once again, Zerbrug, the catcher out of Jamestown University. And swing and a miss there. 4-strike to a 1-2 count here. Mitch Vito looking to get him for the second out of this inning. And the next pitch on its way. Good pitch there by Mitch Vito. A curveball on the outside edge of the strike zone there. He's going to get his 6th strikeout of the night, second out of this inning. And that'll bring up the designated hitter, number 33, Chaz Lopez.
Now batting number 33, Chaz Lopez.
Chaz Lopez back in the third. Grounded out to the third baseman, Matt Zoba, for the second out. So he's looking to bounce back here in his second at-bat. Next pitch on its way from Matt Vito. Excuse me, Mitch Vito. That one fouled over the netting along the first baseline. Counts 0-1 on Chaz Lopez, the designated hitter. And next pitch on its way. Great pitch there by Mitch Vito. Curveball in there. 4-strike, 2-0-2 count. Chaz Lopez down here early. And that one hit over to center field. Connor Savage taking a few steps to his left to make the grab for the third out of this inning. A quick inning for Mitch Vito and the Studs is going to send us to the bottom of the 5th here. We'll be back shortly. Two up for the Studs in the bottom of the 5th. Brendan Hancock, Tanner Arrington, and Matt Zoba. So Brendan Hancock, the first baseman, looking to get things going for them here. Hancock back in his first at-bat in the first. Grounded out to second baseman. And then in his second at-bat back in the third, he struck out. So he's 0 for 2 on the night, looking to battle back here in this third at-bat. Big opportunity. First pitch on its way, curveball. Great pitch. Great pitch by Tanner Braun, the pitcher for the Honkers. An 0-1 pitch on Brennan Hancock. Next pitch on its way. Hancock swinging a miss after he swung on that breaking ball, which fell down into the dirt. 0-2 count here. Hancock looking to protect with 2 strikes on him. Hancock batting 17 for 48, 354 on the season. And next pitch on its way. Curveball swung on that one as well. Drop third strike, but the catcher is going to grab it, make the tag. So we've got 1 out after Hancock's second strikeout of the night. 0 for 3 on the night so far. That'll bring up the designated hitter, number 30, Tanner Arrington. Tanner Arrington back in his first at-bat in the second. Had a double down the first baseline. And in his second at-bat in the third, he flew out to the shortstop for the third out of that inning. So he's looking to battle back. 1 for 2 on the night. On the day, 0-1 pitch on its way from Tanner Braun. Curveball, but remained up high. 4-1, a 1-1 count here on Tanner Arrington. So Arrington batting .327 on the season with 11 RBIs, just one behind Brennan Hancock, who actually leads the league in RBIs with 12. Next pitch, Arrington watches that one up high. 4-2, a 2-1 count. And next pitch on its way. Arrington fouls that back into the netting. A 2-2 count for him. Deuces. So Arrington looking to put a man on board for the Studs here in the bottom of the fifth. Next pitch. Arrington's going to hit that up. Shallow infield fly. The shortstop's going to take about 5 steps in, make the grab for the second out of this inning. So an F6 there for Tanner Arrington is going to give us 2 outs here and bring up the shortstop, Matt Zoba. Matt Zoba, his first at-bat in the second.
Coming to the plate, number 29, Matt Zoba.
So in Matt Zoba's first at-bat in the second, he flew out to the first baseman. And in his second at-bat in the fourth, Matt Zoba walked. So he is 0 for 1 tonight with a walk. And the next pitch on its way of this at-bat, hit over to the third baseman, who's going to make it a good play, scooping it there, charging as he comes in, throws it over to first in time for the third out of this inning. So a quick 1-2-3 inning there for the Studs is going to send us to the top of the sixth. We'll be back shortly as the Honkers look to get back at this 3-1 lead the Studs have. So new pitcher on the mound for the Studs, Merle Rowan Kennedy, the 6'5", 225-pound senior out of University of Puget Sound. So he's familiar on the mound here, as this is his home field. Rowan Kennedy coming in for relief for Mitch Vito, who lasted 5 innings, allowed 2 hits, 1 earned run, no walks, and 6 strikeouts. And he faced 2 more than the minimum, so a solid outing for Mitch Vito. And he kept his ERA under 1 for sure. So throwing well so far this year for the Studs. Merle Rowan Kennedy coming in, and he's looking to continue to deal for the Studs. Due up for the Honkers is going to be number 8, Jordan Padilla, followed by Paul Brenarski and John Wuthrick. So the Honkers at 9-1-2 in their lineup here in the top of the 6th inning. Quick game so far. We've played 5 in an hour and 20 minutes. So Padilla, Jordan Padilla stepping in, and he is leading off for the Honkers here in the top of the 6th. Padilla, his first at-bat back in the third, struck out swinging for the third out of that inning. So Padilla's second at-bat of the night, fouls first pitch back into the netting behind home plate. 4 strike 1, he's got a no-1 count on him. Padilla, 13 for 41 on the season, batting .317 with 6 RBIs. Second pitch on its way from Merle Rowan Kennedy right there, and Padilla's going to foul that one over the netting along the first baseline. That one going over towards the road. And the 0-2 pitch on its way. Outside and down low, 4-1. We've got a 1-2 count. And the 1-2 pitch on its way. Swung on and missed on that pitch down low in the dirt. For strike 3, Padilla strikes out there for the first out of this inning. John Berghardt throwing it down to third, and he threw it way over Matt Zoba's head. Excuse me, not Matt Zoba. Kyle Bowe's head there at third, so they did not throw it around. Stepping into the box now, the leadoff batter, Paul Bronarski. First pitch outside, 4-1. Bronarski, his first at-bat in the first inning. A put out to the first baseman. And then his second at-bat back in the fourth was a fly out to the second baseman for the first out of that inning as well. So in his third at-bat, so far 0 for 2 on the day, Bronarski with the 1-1 count on him, 1 out, looking to do something for the Honkers. And he's going to pop that up, going high, but coming over back behind the netting, behind home plate. Count moves to 1-2 on Paul Bronarski. Merle Rowan Kennedy looking solid so far for the Studs through one batter. One-two pitch on its way. That one, a line drive into center field. Connor Savage isn't going to get there in time, but that's going to drop. So a single for Paul Bronarski is going to put him on base for the Honkers. So 1 for 3 on the day so far for Paul Bronarski. That's going to bring up the right fielder, John Wuthrick. So John Wuthrick with a runner on first. 1 out. John Wuthrick in his first at-bat struck out swinging in the first inning. In his second at-bat, flew out to center field. His second at-bat, he gets hit by pitch there. That's going to put runners on first and second with 1 out. So Merle Rowan Kennedy came in, got the first out on a strikeout, but has put 2 straight guys on board after a single and then a hit by pitch there. That'll bring up number 12, Casey Bailey. Casey Bailey, first at-bat, struck out swinging, and his second at-bat was a double back in the fourth, so 1 for 2 so far in the day. He has a big opportunity for the Honkers here with 2 men aboard. Next pitch on its way, down low, 4-1. 1-2 count, Merle Rowan Kennedy looking to find the zone. And next pitch on its way. That one inside and down low. 4-2. 2-0 count here on Casey Bailey, the center fielder. And the 2-0 pitch on its way from Merle Rowan Kennedy. Inside. Called ball 3. 3 straight balls. So a 3-0 count on Casey Bailey. This one getting interesting here in the bottom of the 6th. Excuse me, top of the 6th. And next pitch, outside, but called strike 1. That one looked a bit outside, but it was called for strike 1. We've got a 3-1 count here on Casey Bailey. Merle Rowan Kennedy got his first strike of this at-bat. 3-1 pitch on its way, down low and outside. Bases loaded, 1 out. Big opportunity for the Honkers here in the top of the 6th. And the first baseman, Cameron Padron, coming in now with 1 out.
Now batting number 19, Cameron Padron.
Padron, his first at-bat, hit by pitch. And then his second at-bat, let's see, he singled to center field to bring in the Honkers' first run. and only run so far of the night. First pitch behind it, 4-strike-1. We've got no one count. Merle Rowan Kennedy gets him there on the off-speed pitch. Padron batting 10 for 46 on the year. 5 RBIs. Next pitch on its way. He's going to swing on that one also. Good pitch there by Merle Rowan Kennedy. Curveball fooling Cameron Padron. So an 0-2 count. And next pitch on its way. That one's going to be fouled down into the dirt and end up coming backwards. So an 0-2 count still on Cameron Padron, Merle Rowan Kennedy. Bases loaded, 1 out, and a 0-2 count here on the batter, Cameron Padron. And next pitch on its way. Curveball in there, inside corner of the strike zone. Padron not happy with that call. Not happy at all, saying some words to the umpire there. So we've got 2 outs, bases loaded. Merle Rowan Kennedy looking to get out of this one. That'll bring up the shortstop, Chase Huff. And Huff, his first at-bat, struck out swinging. So that one, a pass ball, could have been dangerous as that one was down low, but it didn't roll too far. Everybody stayed at their bases. So bases still loaded, 1-0 count. Once again, Chase Huff struck out swinging his first at-bat, and his second at-bat was a fly out to left field, so he's 0 for 2 on the night. Looking to battle back at that. Foul tip back into the wall behind home plate, a 1-1 count here on Chase Huff. So Chase Huff, big opportunity for the Honkers with the bases loaded, 2 outs. Merle Rowan Kennedy looking to get out of this one. Next pitch on its way. That one's going to be fouled into the netting. We've got a 1-2 count. 2 outs. Bases loaded. Chase Huff. He's looking to do a job for the Honkers. That could be needed as the Studs have the 3-1 lead here. And the 1-2 pitch on its way from Merle Rowan Kennedy. That's going to be hit over to the second baseman. He's going to field it. Throw it over. Routine ground out. 4-3. Studs get out of this one with no damage done. So after the Honkers leave the bases loaded, Merle Rowan Kennedy for sure made that one interesting, but did get out of it with no damage done for the Studs. We head to the bottom of the 6th. We'll be back here shortly. Studs, big opportunity here. Next pitch. Swing and fouled back into the netting. A 1-2 count for Brennan Hancock with 1 out, runner on second. And the next pitch on its way. That's going to hit Brennan Hancock in his shoulder as he turns. So we've got runners on first and second, 1 out. And that'll bring up the designated hitter, number 30, Tanner Arrington. Tanner Arrington stepping in. Arrington, 1 for 3 on the day. Came into this game batting .327 with 11 RBIs. And first pitch of his at bat on its way from Josh Snyder. Called ball 1. So Arrington, a big opportunity for him. And the next pitch on its way. Outside. Called strike 1 there, though. So a 1-1 count. So the catcher running out, having a word with his pitcher on the mound, Josh Snyder. 1-1 count here, 1 out, runners on first and second for Tanner Arrington, the Studs designated hitter. Big opportunity for him. Let's see if he can deliver. And next pitch on its way, outside. Ball 2, a 2-1 count on Tanner Arrington. And next pitch on its way, curveball. That one looked good, but called up high for ball 3. 3-1 count on Tanner Arrington. Runners on first and second. 1 out, big opportunity for the Studs. Shaping up to be a big inning for them here if Tanner Arrington gets on base. The 3-1 count. Pitcher Josh Snyder steps off, makes sure Kyle Bowe heads back to second. Didn't like where he was at. And pitcher heads back on. Ready to go to the plate. 3-1 count on its way. Curveball right there in there. 4 strike 2, a full count now on Tanner Arrington. So lots of curveballs from Josh Snyder for the Honkers. But it has proven to work pretty well so far. Next pitch on its way outside for ball 4. Walk there for Tanner Arrington. It's going to load the bases for the Studs here. We've got runners on all 3 bases there. And the shortstop, Matt Zoba, is stepping in now. So big opportunity for Matt Zoba now. Honkers pitching coach is going to head out there to the mound, have a word with Josh Snyder. So Josh Snyder, once again the left-handed pitcher out of Thompson River University. So big opportunity for Matt Zoba, the shortstop, coming in for the Studs. Zoba so far 1 for 2 on the day with a walk, so he's batting well. He's looking to bring in a couple RBIs for the Studs. Matt Zoba with 5 RBIs on the season, looking to maybe bring in a couple more. So long mound visit out there happening at the moment. So not sure what's going on there. Not sure what's happening out there, but a little tension it looks like. We've got the bases loaded. Matt Zoba, big opportunity for the Studs, the shortstop. Looking to deliver, bring in a couple runs, and maybe increase this 2-run lead they've got here in the bottom of the 7th. And next pitch on its way up high for ball 1. We've got a 1-0 count. And the 1-0 pitch on its way outside for ball 2. 2-0 count on Matt Zoba here at the plate. So Josh Snyder, the pitcher on the mound for the Honkers, struggling so far. Next pitch on its way. In there for strike 1, 2-1 count. He gets him there on the inside edge of the box. And the 2-1 count. Next pitch on its way from Josh Snyder. Curveball right there down the middle. For strike 2. Deuces here on number 29, Matt Zoba, the shortstop for the Studs. Zoba 1 for 2 on the day with a walk. He's looking to deliver for the Studs here in the bottom of the 7th. Increase this 2-run lead they've got going right now. Next pitch on its way. And Zoba is going to turn on that one hard. It's going to be fouled into the fence there along the third baseline. Count remains 2-2.
Batting for the Studs, number 16, John Burkhart.
So John Burkhart coming on after Jacob Hirsch walks there. So Studs get one more on the board. Excuse me, Matt Zoba walked. Excuse me, Matt Zoba struck out there. What am I looking at? What am I looking at? Excuse me, Matt Zoba. So, John Burkhart, bases loaded, 2 outs, big opportunity for the Studs. Let's see if they can deliver. Burkhart swinging a miss. He's got 2 strikes on him, an 0-2 count now. Burkhart 1 for 3 on the day with an RBI. So he's got an opportunity here. 3 RBIs on the season, maybe looking to increase that number here on this at-bat. 0-2 count on him, two outs. Bases loaded for the Studs. Let's see if Burkhart can deliver. And the 0-2 pitch on its way. Burkhart swinging a miss for strike 3. So the Studs leave 3 guys stranded in the bottom of the 7th. An inning shaping up to be a big one, but it ended up staying 3-1. We head to the 8th here. We'll be back shortly as the pitcher, Josh Snyder, gets out of that one with no more damage done for the Honkers. So new pitcher on the mound for the Studs, number 36, Colin Mayer, the right-handed pitcher out of Washington State University, a senior there from Billings, originally from Billings, Montana, the 6'3", a 225-pounder. On the mound for the Studs, he's taken over for Merle Rowan Kennedy, who lasted 2 innings with 2 hits, Only 1 walk and 5 strikeouts. So a great inning. Great work in relief by Merle Rowan Kennedy, doing exactly what was needed for the Studs, not letting up any runs. So Colin Meyer coming in for the Studs. And he's looking to keep this thing going in the top of the 8th. Studs just 6 outs away from taking this one. 2 up for the Honkers is going to be John Wutherick, Casey Bailey, and Cameron Padron. So Mayer coming in.
For the Honkers, number 32, John Wuthridge.
So John Wutherick stepping in. Leading off for the Honkers here in the top of the 8th. Not sure what I'm saying right now. First pitch in there for strike 1. So Colin Mayer, 10 innings pitched for the Studs, 2.7 ERA with 8 strikeouts. Next pitch in there for strike 2. And the 0-2 pitch on its way to John Wutherick. Swing and a miss, drop third strike. And John Pergart's going to pop up in time, put the tag down for the first out of this inning. So Colin Mayer gets a strikeout this first at bat. And that'll bring up Casey Bailey, the center fielder.
Now batting for the Honkers, number 12, Casey Bailey.
Casey Bailey 1 for 2 on the day with a walk. First pitch in there for strike 1. 4 straight strikes so far for Colin Mayer, the senior out of Washington State University. Next pitch on its way. Called ball 1, so a 1-1 count here on Casey Bailey, the center fielder for the Honkers. And next pitch, outside, ball 2, a 2-1 count. And next pitch on its way. Swing and a miss for strike 2. We've got a 2-2 count here on Casey Bailey at the plate. And the 2-2 pitch on its way from Colin Mayer. Swung on, that one shallow left field, just about 5 feet off the grass is going to be Matt Zoba there, making the grab. A broken bat, that's 3 broken bats for the Honkers on the day. And we've got 2 outs. Colin Mayer has put away the first 2 guys he's faced. Batting next, the first baseman, Cameron Padron.
Number 19, Cameron Padron.
Padron 1 for 2 on the day with a hit by pitch. Next pitch, first pitch way up high, but swung on as Mayer puts that one way past Padron. He swung on it, so an 0-1 count. Swung on, going foul along the third baseline. Count moves to 0-2. And next pitch. Whew, a close call there. Everyone on the field thought that was strike 3. Even the batter thought that was strike 3. He was starting to walk off, but it was called. As ball 1, we've got a 1-2 count. Good pitch there by Colin Mayer. Inside edge of the strike zone. But everyone here in this ballpark thought that was strike 3. Next pitch on its way. Swung on down low in the dirt. That's going to be drop third strike. John Burkhart fielding it, throwing down to first, but the batter, Cameron Padron, beats that one out, so he's going to advance there after a drop third strike. So we've got 2 outs, runner on first, and Chase Huff stepping in now, the shortstop. Chase Huff, 0 for 3 on the day with 1 strikeout. First pitch on its way from Colin Mayer. Right down the middle, but that one called up high for ball 1. That one looked really good as well, but called ball 1. And next pitch, ball 2 there. So an 0-2 count, 2-0 count on Chase Huff. He's looking to do something for the Honkers with a runner on first. 2 outs. Colin Mayer looking to get out of this one. And next pitch on its way up high. Ball 3, 3 straight balls for Colin Mayer. Mayer looking to get out of this. We've got a runner on first. 3-0 count. And next pitch on its way. Outside, ball 4, 4-pitch walk. Is going to put Chase Huff on. We've got runners on first and second. Colin Mayer making this one interesting. It'll bring up the big third baseman, Wesley Folson. Folson, 0 for 3 on the day. Folson on the season with 4 RBIs. Batting 267. First pitch called, ball 1. So Mayer just not finding it at the moment. And next pitch on its way from Colin Mayer, the 1-0 pitch to Folson. Ball 2, 6 straight balls by Colin Mayer. Started out strong, but struggling right now. Wesley Folson, the 2-0 count on him. And next pitch, inside, that's going to hit Folson in the back of his head. Off the helmet, that's going to load the bases with 2 outs. So Folson really making this one interesting. It's going to bring up the designated hitter number 33, Chaz Lopez. The catcher, number 21, Zach Zerbrug. So Colin Mayer making this one interesting for the Studs. First 2 guys got out. Studs pitching coach David Benson heading out to the mound, having a word with Colin Mayer, just telling him, I'm sure, find the zone, calm down. You got it. Just get out of this one.
Just a reminder that tomorrow, Sunday, June 24th, we will have a doubleheader with the Redmond Dudes at 1 o'clock p.m. here at the University of Puget Sound.
So upcoming schedule for the Studs, we've got a doubleheader tomorrow against the Redmond Dudes starting at 1 p.m. Then Wednesday, June 27th, they play the North Sound Emeralds at 5:30. Friday, June 29th, they play the Honkers once again at 5:30. Colin Mayer gets a strike there. So strike 1, 0-1 count. And then the Fairbanks Gold Panthers heading back down here for a 3-game series. Doubleheader on Saturday, June 31st, then a single game on Sunday, July 1st. Strike 2 there by Colin Mayer. So an 0-2 count here on the catcher, Zach Zerbrug. And the 0-2 pitch on its way with the bases loaded, 2 outs inside. They're going to say it hit him. So the score moves to 3-2 after Honkers get one more on the board there. The score is 3-2 here in the top of the 8th. Colin Mayer making this one interesting. And the first pitch up high for ball 1. Now in the box, the designated hitter, Chaz Lopez, stepping in with the bases loaded, 2 outs. Colin Mayer, big opportunity for the Studs to get out of this. But Chaz Lopez, big opportunity for the Honkers to tie this one up or even more. Next pitch, Mayer puts that way behind Chaz Lopez. 4 strike 1, a 1-1 count, 2 outs. And next pitch on its way, up high, 4-2, 2-1 count here for Colin Mayer at that on the mound. Throw into Chaz Lopez. Chaz, the designated hitter out of Pacific Lutheran University, just about 10 minutes away from University of Puget Sound here. Next pitch on its way from Colin Mayer. Called ball 3 right there. That one looked good, but it's a 3-1 count. Just need a ball to be put in play, or Colin Mayer just looking to get out of this one. Next pitch. That one fouled down the third baseline. We've got a full count here on Chaz Lopez. So Colin Mayer, big opportunity for the Studs to get out of this. He's hoping to do it with a full count on Chaz Lopez. Next pitch on its way. Swung on, popped up, going foul over the netting. Along the third baseline, count remains full at 3-2, 2 outs, bases loaded here in the top of the 8th. Next pitch. And that one's popped up, going over the netting, coming back towards us in the press box. So count remains 3-2. Chaz Lopez battling at the plate for the Honkers with the bases loaded. A full count, 2 outs. Big opportunity to possibly tie the game up or even more for the Honkers here. And swing and a miss. Colin Mayer gets out of this one with only allowing 1 run after a close one there. So Colin Mayer had the bases loaded, full count on Chaz Lopez. He puts it behind Chaz Lopez on that one, up high, fastball. So we've got a 3-2 ball game heading to the bottom of the 8th. We'll be back here shortly. And next pitch, 1-2 pitch on its way, right down the middle. 4 strike 2. We've got an 0-2 count. So an 0-2 count on Henry Cheney. Next pitch on its way, down low, 4-2. So a 1-2 count here on Henry Cheney. And next pitch on its way, outside, 4-2. So Max Winkelhank on the mound for the Honkers, kind of a weird motion as he releases the ball. Looks like he's almost falling backwards. And next one up high, 4-3, a full count here on Henry Cheney, the right fielder for the Studs. Cheney looking to get on any way he can. And 3-2 pitch on its way. Cheney pops that up, going into shallow left field. Shortstop's going to be back there trying to make the grab, but the left fielder calls him off to make it. For the first out of this inning, we've got 1 out, nobody on. And that'll bring up Jacob Hirsch, the left fielder. Jacob Hirsch, 2 for 3 on the day, batting well, batting 300 on the season. So Hirsch with an opportunity to get things going for the Studs here. And next pitch, inside, 4-1. Jacob Hirsch has brought up his batting average by .30. Was at 270 coming into this game, is at 300 right now, so batting well. Next pitch on its way, up high, 4-1. Excuse me, ball 2, 2-0 count. And next pitch on its way, outside, 4-3, 3 straight balls for Jacob Hirsch. Max Winkelhake looking to get back at this count that he has fallen behind in. Next pitch on its way, outside and down low, 4-4, 4-pitch walk for Jacob Hirsch. It's going to put a runner on first for the Studs with 1 out. Bring up the second baseman, Cody Banks. Cody Banks, an opportunity here. He's 0 for 3 on the day, batting .250 on the season. And first pitch is his at-bat on its way, down low, 4-1. We've got a 1-0 count on Cody Banks. And the 1-0 pitch on its way from Max Winkelhake. Down low again, 4-2. That's 4 straight balls for Winkelhake. Excuse me, 6 straight balls, not 4. And the 2-0 pitch on its way to Cody Banks. Down low and inside, 4-3, 7 straight balls for Max Winkelhake. And next pitch, Cody Banks takes that one as he was down, as he was up 3-0 in that count. So count moves to 3-1 here. And next pitch, strike 2 there. But Jacob Hirsch does take second there, gets in there safely. We've got a full count on Cody Banks with a runner on second. So Cody Banks with an opportunity to bring in his 3rd RBI of the season here with runner in scoring position there at second base. Let's see if he can deliver with a full count on him. 1 out. And next pitch. He's going to hit that to the third baseman who's going to field it. Look back, Jacob Hirsch, and throw it over to first in time. So a 5-3 ground out there by Cody Banks. It's going to give us 2 outs and bring us to the top of our lineup with the center fielder, number 5, Connor Savage.
Number 5, Connor Savage.
Connor Savage, 1 for 4 on the day. Batting .359 on the season. with 5 RBIs. Honkers out there having a word. They're going to make a pitching change. So Max Winkelhake only lasts 2/3 of an inning. So the Honkers are going to bring in a new pitcher. That looks like it's going to be number 40. It's going to be number 40, the left-handed pitcher out of Western Oregon, Spencer Troutman from Briar, Washington originally. So Spencer Troutman coming in for relief for Max Winkelhake, who lasted 2/3 of an inning with 1 walk and faced 3 batters. We'll be back here shortly for Connor Savage's at bat. So Connor Savage stepping into the box as Spencer Troutman, the new pitcher for the Honkers, is stepping in with a runner on second. And 2 outs here. Connor Savage looking to deliver for the Studs. If Jacob Hirsch does come in to score from second, it would be Max Winkelhake's run as he put him on base. First pitch, Connor Savage swings on that curveball. So an 0-1 count here on Connor Savage. He's looking to deliver for the Studs. Maybe give us a security run here, which would be much needed. Next pitch on its way, outside and down low. 4-ball, 1-1 count. That one was the same pitch as the first one, but Connor Savage held off on that one. Next pitch, down low in the dirt, 4-ball 2, a 2-1 count here. So once again, Spencer Troutman, the Honkers' 4th pitcher of the day. They're taking the committee approach this game. And next pitch on its way, swung on into the gap. That could bring Jacob Hirsch in. It's going to be a close play at the plate. Jacob Hirsch is going to score. So Connor Savage hits that into the gap there between the second baseman and second base as the second baseman was on a shift over towards first. And Jacob Hirsch comes in to score. Studs get 1 security run on the board. They've got the 4-2 lead here in the bottom of the 8th. Big run there that was much needed for the Studs. But that run does go accounted towards the former pitcher, Max Winkelhake, as he put him on board. We've got a runner on second there. 2 outs. Matt Zoba in the box now. First pitch. Swung on, fouled down towards the dugout of the Honkers. 0-1 count for Matt Zoba, the third baseman. Matt Zoba, the third baseman, 1 for 3 on the day with a walk. Excuse me, Kyle Bowe, not Matt Zoba. Kyle Bowe, 2 for 4 on the day. Kyle Bowe, the third baseman in the box. Kyle Bowe batting .244 on the season. 6 RBIs, an opportunity to maybe give himself 1 more RBI here. Next pitch, Kyle Bowe pops that into the netting along first base behind the plate. Count moves to 0-2 on Kyle Bowe. Kyle Bowe looking to deliver for the Studs here. And next pitch. Curveball in. Kyle Bowe swings on it, but it's going to be foul over the fence there along the first baseline. Count remains 0-2, 2 outs. Runner on second for the Studs in the bottom of the 8th. Kyle Bowe calls time, steps out of the box, refocuses himself, and steps back in, ready to go. Next pitch on its way. Kyle Bowe fouls that into the netting behind home plate. Count remains 0-2. He's battling here at the plate for the Studs. Looking to do something with a runner on second. 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th. Maybe give us one more security run. That would be much appreciated here. Next pitch, curveball. That one's going to be a high chopper to the second baseman, who's going to wait on it, field it, throw it over to first in time for a 4-3 ground out for the 3rd out of this inning. Studs do get one more on the board, though. They've got the 4-2 lead heading to the top of the 9th. Let's see if they can get out of this one.
After 8 complete, our score.
Colin Mayer coming back out on the mound for the Studs for the top of the 9th. He's looking to make this a quick one, unlike last inning. We'll be back here shortly if he can do that. So leading off for the Honkers here in the top of the 9th, the second baseman, number 8, Jordan Padilla, due up for the Honkers, 9-1-2. So Jordan Padilla will be followed by Paul Brinarski, then John Wethrick after him. First pitch was called strike 1 on Padilla. And the 0-1 pitch on its way. Strike 2 right there as Padilla's out in front of that one. An 0-2 count. And the 0-2 pitch, curveball. That one looks great. But it was called ball 1 there. So a 1-2 count here on Jordan Padilla at the plate. Colin Mayer looking to get him for the first out of this inning. And outside, down low, 4-2, 2-2 count for Colin Mayer. And next pitch, curveball, Ball 3. So similar to one of the at-bats last inning, Colin Mayer got the guy down 0-2, had a pitch that looked like strike 3, called ball 1, and got it to full count. Let's see if he can get out of this one. Next pitch on its way, swinging a miss for strike 3. Padilla strikes out for the first out of this inning. Studs 2 outs away from taking this one. But the Honkers are up to the top of their lineup. The left fielder Paul Bernarski stepping in now.
Now batting number 17, Paul Bernowski.
Paul Bernarski 1 for 4 in the day. And he's looking to deliver here. Get things going for the Honkers, possibly. First pitch on its way from Colin Mayer. Called. Strike 1 right there on the outside edge of the strike. Next pitch on its way. Strike 2 right there. What is happening? So an 0-2 count here. And next pitch on its way from Colin Mayer. Swung on. He said he went. Then dropped third strike. They're going to throw it down to Brennan Hancock, who's going to make the grab for the second out of this inning. Colin Mayer just 1 out away from winning this one for the Studs. The right fielder, John Wuthrick, stepping into the box now. Looking to get things going for the Honkers as they could use it here. Next pitch. Popped up, going over the net towards the road. So an 0-1 count here on John Wuthrick at the plate for the Honkers. And next pitch, curveball. That's going to be over to the second baseman, Cody Banks. Make a good play, running over for the third out of this inning. Studs win this one 4-2 against the Northwest Honkers. So the Studs move to 7-1 in league play, 16-2 overall on the season. So a big win today for the Studs, taking this one against the Honkers. Mitch Vito, the starter for the Studs, gets the win. He moves to 4-0 on the season. So we'll be back tomorrow for the doubleheader against the Redmond Dudes. Make sure to tune in 1 o'clock tomorrow as the Studs take on the Redmond Dudes in a doubleheader. They look to increase their 8-1 record as the season goes on in the Pacific International.